Gentlemen, tensions are evident as President William Ruto and ODM party leader Raila Odinga's staunch supporters face off on one end, while on the other is Deputy President Rigathi Gachagwa's allies, who've raised growing concerns and fears over the enviable alliance between Odinga and Ruto. Ladies and gentlemen, these concerns stem from the introduction of key ODM members into the quote-unquote shareholder government. Gachagwa's allies sees this as a way of putting the DP into political cold. This mirror the scenes of 2018 when then former President Uhuru Kenyatta stepped on the footsteps of Harambee together with NASA co-principal Raila Odinga. Together on the glares of the camera, shook hands to install a political truce that would later see the isolation of William Ruto, then Deputy President, to be isolated in a government that he was serving in. Ladies and gentlemen, these are scenes that went ahead to kill the Yangu Kumi, Yako Kumi narrative. And the question that is on many people's mind, especially the Gen Zs, who had mounted overwhelming pressure on President William Ruto to form a new government, are asking themselves, are we being treated to the political circus that we did witness before the 2022 general election that gave birth and rise to the Tanga Tanga and Kieleweke factions? Ladies and gentlemen, this for us is just to wait and see what the political tide dictates. As I've said, it is the 17th day of August 2024 and you're right in time for news now. My name is Samson Jura. Let's begin this broadcast with the highlights. President William Ruto begins tour of the Western region in what many see as a move to popularize his new cabinet in the region. Alan Waitungu emerges winner of the Radio 47 talent search competition and gets the opportunity to work with the fastest growing radio station in the country.
Anything that you put into that talent will not go in vain.
Also, local authorities and residents living in the shores of Lake Victoria in Homa Bay County are living in fear over the surge in accidents in the area. Remember, you can interact with us across our social media platforms at TV47 News on X, TV47 KE on Instagram, as well as on TikTok, and TV47 Kenya on Facebook. Also, if you are not able to get this particular broadcast on terrestrial, we are streaming live on our online platforms on www.tv47.digital, as well as on Twitch at TV47 Kenya and on YouTube at www.tv47ke. And we begin by President William Ruto tours the Western Kenya region of Kakamega today by visiting areas of Kisii. The president, who is expected to launch various development projects, is on a charm offensive to pacify the country after the Gen Z protest while drumming up support for his broad-based government. From Western, the president is also expected to tour Nyanza, ODM party leader Raila Odinga's backyard, in the coming days. In today's Kakamega tour, the president will be flanked by his deputy Rigathi Gachagua, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, and Speaker of the National Assembly Moses Wetangula. Newly appointed CES for cooperatives, former Kakamega Governor Wycliffe Oparanya will also be in attendance.
Basi wananchi wa City ya mjambo, Eldoret chamge, Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Hebu nisalimieni hewani jameni, watu wa Eldoret. Hey! Yaani mmekuja kukuja. Watu wa Eldoret, mimi kwanza nataka nichukue nafasi hii jameni niseme asante sana kwa kunikaribisha nyumbani. Si namna hiyo? Na leo mnajua tumekuja hapa kwa sherehe ya muhimu sana. Hii town yetu ambayo imekuwa hapo nyuma ilikuwa municipality, lakini leo imekuwa City of Eldoret. Na mimi nimefurahi sana. Hapo mbeleni tulianza kuita hii city the city of champions. si ni kweli? Lakini leo tumekuja kuthibitisha kwa sheria ya kwamba sasa Eldoret ni city ya 5 katika taifa letu la Kenya.
And the newly appointed Energy Cabinet Secretary Opiyo Wandayi has promised to serve all Kenyans by delivering his mandate in connecting Kenyan households to electricity. Wandayi, who spoke in his home turf of Ugunja constituency, said he will not discriminate any region to fulfill his constitutional mandate, while thanking President William Ruto and ODM leader Raila Odinga for his appointment. Politics took center stage during the event, graced by Interior Principal Secretary Raymond Omolo and ODM MPs drawn from Nyanza and western regions of Kenya. ODM MPs said they will rally the region to support President William Ruto's administration while retaining their oversight mandate, with Wandayi saying the region should never be outside government again.
The expectations are high, and I know you know that. And God in heaven,
if you are outside, you don't have anybody who is representing your interest in that government does not talk to you, that government is bad. But the moment that government has your people inside, the way Mbadi is inside and Raymond Omolo and my brother Opiyo Wandayi, the government cannot be bad, the government now is good. Now the government is good.
Lakini ukipata kijana yako kama Opiyo ako ndani ya serikali, kama iko makosa, tunaita yeye hapa, tunauliza yeye, hii makosa iko hivi, enda tengeneza, ambia president hivi. Sina kuanga hivyo? Kwa hivyo mimi niko na furaha na nimekuja kuambia kwamba tufanye kazi na Opiyo. Tusianze kumpiga vita, tufanye kazi na nani?
That ODM, despite the fact that we want people to be in government, we as ODM are going to remain committed to make sure that Parliament of Kenya is effective to play its role to oversight the executive.
To congratulate my brother, the Honorable CS for Energy and Petroleum, that as you continue to discharge your responsibilities of the CS for Energy and Petroleum, I want to wish you well in my personal capacity, but also to welcome you to the administration of President Ruto.
We are most grateful to His Excellency President William Samoei Ruto for making a bold decision to constitute a broad-based government in which every community of this country feels accommodated and represented. And in the same vein, we are most grateful to our leader Raila Odinga for making a bold decision to allow ODM to send its members to sit in the executive, to sit in the government of President William Samoei Ruto. For us, that is a defining moment. For us, this is the turning point. And we are saying in one accord, as members of this community, that never, and never again shall we find ourselves outside government.
Moving on, Public Service Cabinet Secretary Justin Muturi has underscored his commitment to enhancing the efficiency and accountability of public service delivery in Kenya. Speaking during his official assumption to the office of the ministry, the former Attorney General emphasized on the necessity of providing the most efficient and accountable service to the public and the importance of continuous training for service providers for efficiency.
Just to assure you, let us sojourn as public servants. Our business is to serve the public to the best of our abilities, knowledge, and whatever information that may come our way. I am ready to listen to any ideas that you have, how best we can improve on our delivery of services, because that's what we do.
The relationship between this Ministry of Public Service and the Public Service Commission. I am convinced from where I sit. I know, as sure as day follows night, we are going back to Bomas. This constitution must be reviewed, and I will personally be on the forefront of that effort to review this constitution. One of my priorities is I do not see, and I'm convinced I can say it in broad daylight, and I'm saying it here, there is no value in the independence of the Public Service Commission.
On to some exciting news. Alan Waitungu has emerged the winner of the Radio 47 Talent Search competition. Alan beat 3 finalists to scoop the top slot in the competitive search for reporters as the station makes good its promise to provide unparalleled news content for its listeners countrywide. Alan has been awarded with a contract to work with the station in Nakuru County, with the other finalists getting cash prizes. Head of Radio 47, Geoffrey Mungou, says this is just a beginning, with the competition set to continue soon as the station continues to inform, educate and entertain their fans across the country.
I am Alan Waitungu. I am the winner of the contest that has been there of searching for the talent of a reporter in Nakuru County. Those who will participate in the contest in other counties, I want to assure you that anything that you put into that talent will not go in vain.
We are pleased because of what Radio 47 is doing, specifically kama haya mashindano ambayo yalikuwa ya reporter, na leo tunamshambikia Alan kwa kushinda. I was there, participated, nikaona vile yaliendeshwa. It is very tough. So kwa wale ambao mashindano itakuja kwenu, itakuwa vizuri sana, mjitayarishe.
Shughuli ambayo imekuwa ikiendelea kwa muda wa kama mwezi moja hivi, imekuwa ni shughuli ya kumteua reporter wa haiba wa county ya Nakuru, na mchakato wenyewe umekamilika, ambapo walikuwa wakishiriki kwa kutuma sauti zao kwenye mitandao, na tumedondoa sauti zenyewe zikapitia mchujo, na bila shaka tukawa na wanne bora wamechuana leo.
Well, congratulations, Alan, and welcome to Radio and TV47 and Cape Media by extension, and wish you well in your future endeavors as you continue to grow with the #1 growing station in the country. Moving on to some somber news, for a family of 4 members buried alive in a deadly landslide witnessed in Kapkombe and Kasisit village in Baringo County have been laid to rest as heavy rains in the area render roads impassable. Elizabeth Atieno now has more on this particular report.
A somber mood has engulfed Kasisit village, Baringo North, during the burial of 4 family members, Gladys Chepkangor, Hilary Chebon, Jonathan Katame and Evans Katame, who perished on the 6th of August in a landslide caused by heavy downpour.
The late Gladys Chepkangor enjoyed a good health until 6th August 2024.
The pain of losing a family member could be expressed in the faces of mourners. This is Ruto, the father who lost his family, including his wife and 3 children, is still struggling to come to terms with the horrific incident. Zakayo is in pain, not knowing where to begin, having been left with nothing.
Nimepoteza mama, nimepoteza kijana mdogo, nimepoteza kijana katikati ya Form 1.
Local leaders led by Baringo North Member of Parliament Joseph Makilap say the heavy rains experienced in Tugen Hills pose a risk to those living along the stretch. The legislator further says it is imperative to implore the KFS Act that requires exchange of forest land to the people living in the hill areas to avert further calamities.
All our chiefs na wase wametana nyumba 10 be on high alert, especially families and households ambaye wanaishi juu ya hii milima yote.
Sehemu ya forest wa settle watu ambao wanaishi mali hatari. Mupande miti pale mali hatari, watu wakae forest.
The landslide has also led to the displacement of 35 families now camping at Kasisit Primary School. However, the fate of these families hangs in the balance as schools are set to reopen soon.
Shida yangu na shida ya hao watu wote wameketi hapa. After tarehe 26 6 shule kufunguliwa. Hii jamii 27 wataelekea wapi?
Elsewhere, a traffic snarl-up has been experienced along the Marigat-Chemolingot Road following heavy rains that pounded the area for the better part of Friday evening. The rains have rendered the roads impassable. This is after Endau River burst its banks, forcing hundreds of passengers, including tourists and Baringo Governor's spouse, Dr. Emi Cheboi, stranded for hours.
Ambao wanaishi maeneo ambayo ni hatari katika sehemu yetu ya Baringo, tunawaomba tafadhali, mvua bado inanyesha, mchanga umekuwa mwepesi, tuweze kuenda kwa maeneo ambayo ni ya juu.
A driver who was carrying building materials escaped death by a whisker after being swept away by the raging waters. Elizabeth Atieno, TV47.
And Kenyan model Irene Ng'endo Muki has been crowned as Miss Universe Kenya 2024. Ng'endo beat 15 other finalists to emerge the winner of the 2024 Miss Universe Kenya edition. The winner of the event took home a cash prize of 1 million Kenya shillings and a fully furnished apartment. Speaking during the gala event, immediate former Sports Youth Affairs Cabinet Secretary Ababu Namwamba, the patron of the Ababu Namwamba Foundation, said the foundation is committed to empowering young women to reach their full potential and to continue making significant strides both locally and internationally.
I feel amazing. There were 16 beautiful women on that stage. Seeing that I am the one who's been crowned, I look at it as a huge responsibility that I have to now represent their projects as well as mine and make sure that each cause that they are championing has moved forward. I stepped into the boot camp with a purpose to win. I believed it all through, even when it was tough. And so being here, I would say, is a work of faith. Yes.
Today I was expecting her to win. Yes. And the support. I support her.
Yes.
The winner today is going to walk away with 1 million shillings, a furnished apartment for 1 year, a furnished office, full support for a course that they'll be pursuing. So it's a whole package that really launches her career in the world of pageantry, modeling, and even fashion. And for us, this is just another platform to advance the interests of the young people of this country. So we are delighted to get into partnership with the Miss Universe organization. The Vice President is here, flew in all the way from Los Angeles. The reigning Miss Universe, Shanice Palacios, is here. The first reigning Miss Universe to step on African soil. And that really gives you an indication of the level of seriousness that we have attached to this event.
Well, congratulations to Irene Ng'endo. Of course, all the ladies in that particular competition are beautiful, but ultimately a winner needs to be found, and that does not mean that there were losers in that beauty pageant that did happen in the country. Of course, the winner, that is Irene Ng'endo, will get to represent Kenya in the upcoming Miss Universe in Mexico City. Moving on, Sfao Mobility, Kenya's largest automotive distributor and service provider, has reaffirmed its commitment to enhancing public transportation with the handover of 14 Hino buses to Metro Transit Investment Limited. The fleet, valued at 103 million Kenya shillings, which was financed by Family Bank. Speaking during the handover ceremony, Sfao Mobility Kenya Managing Director Arvinda Ril highlighted the company's commitment to maintaining the highest technical and mechanical standards. Sfao Mobility Kenya Limited, a subsidiary of the Sfao Group, serves as the distributor and service provider for a range of globally recognized automotive brands, including Toyota, Volkswagen, and Mercedes-Benz, among others.
For me, this occasion simply symbolizes more than just a delivery of the vehicles, because for me it's a decade of trust, the collaboration and shared vision that we've had between our two companies, CFAO Mobility and Metrotrans. So thank you for choosing CFAO Mobility as your preferred mobility partner. But I would also like to take this opportunity to thank Family Bank for the asset financing and coming on board and partnering with Metrotrans and ourselves.
The thing about Hino is that you get a combination of a very strong, reliable brand, but it's also affordable. which, in these economic times is something that really goes a long way.
And on one to our top stories this afternoon, local authorities and residents living in the shores of Lake Victoria in Homa Bay County are living in fear over the surge in the number of accidents in that area. Recently, 3 lives were lost in Lake Victoria due to the use of substandard life jackets and poorly maintained boats. Alfred Otieno, the chairman of the Lela Beach Management Unit, pointed to the poor usage of life jackets and the deployment of boats that fail to meet the necessary standards for fishing activities as major contributors to the rising number of accidents. George Okoth, the Homa Bay County Director of Fisheries, confirmed the recent fatalities, attributing them to negligence. Okoth has emphasized that the county is taking steps to address this issue by ensuring that all fishermen are properly equipped with quality life jackets and that boats meet safety standards.
Some boats are very small. They are constructed as small boats, like we call them juenge. They are not good in the lake because if the tides come there, they can just go out.
It is true that we've had cases of accidents on the lake, especially our fishermen. There are cases where fishermen have gone out to the lake to fish without taking safety measures. One of the very immediate ones is to wear a life jacket whenever they go out to fish. The issue of safety at sea actually is mainly in the docket of Kenya Maritime Authority.
Let's get sporty now and into some basketball action, where Strathmore University edged past Embakasi All-Stars to 3-0 in the first game of Pool B Division 2 Eastern Region Playoffs played at Dandora Stadium. Strathmore took the lead through striker Jokbeni Mabor before 2 quick-fire goals later in the first half sealed the win for the varsity side. Embakasi All-Stars tackle Githurai All-Stars tomorrow evening, with the winner of the group set to seal promotion into the Kenya Division 1 Football League.
Excited for the win. We came into this game looking for a win. Luckily, God has granted us a victory, so I'm very happy.
I'm so happy about today's win, but what I can say is it's not yet done. Yeah, we still aim for more.
We have managed to play our game, but we lost,